Memories of my home. This blade.
Hey guys, welcome back to the stream.
It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
So today we're gonna finish off with the quest. So as you can see, I've explored most of Natlan. Mainly good at getting the waypoints.
Too slow.
Feels like a whole new Paimon after those 2 days in the hot springs. The Abyss kind of threw a wrench in our relaxation, though. Still, spending time here really has felt like a vacation. The Kaholosaurs are so nice and so fun to play with. Their bellies are super bouncy. Oh, and Atea's snacks were so delicious. She gave Paimon some for the road just this morning, yelling at some kids who got caught throwing stones in the hot springs, so not much has changed since we first met her.
Hey, you guys. Sleep well last night?
Yep, this area is so nice.
Glad you like it. I was thinking of taking you guys out to do some sea fishing. Later tonight, we can eat whatever we catch. Fresh fish is absolutely delicious right off the grill.
Is that please animations?
Yeah? What do you need?
The team sent out to fight in the Night Warden Wars has returned.
And Kachina? Is she back as well?
Kachina fell in battle. But don't worry, the team was victorious, so the rite of resurrection will be held in the state.
That's a relief. The Abyss is cunning, and it was her first time. Mistakes are bound to happen.
Exactly. She deserves to hold her head up high.
All right, thanks for letting me know. We'll head out in a bit. Jeez, she sounded a little anxious there.
Mulani, you said the Abyss was cunning just now, but it seems like the Abyss just wants to destroy everything. Like, think about all those monsters that attacked your tribe. If there really was some sort of cunning plan, wouldn't it make more sense to send them to attack Kachina and her small team? Not that Paimon wants them to be in any more danger, it's just...
Relax, I get it. The Abyss is difficult to understand, that's for sure. At a glance, it certainly seems like the only goal is total destruction. The Abyss isn't a living entity after all, so what capacity for logic or planning could it possibly possess? But through our long history of fighting the Abyss, we've realized things aren't quite so simple. 500 years ago, the Abyss invaded Teyvat. You know about that, right? That's right. Khaenri'ah suffered greatly during that time. But so did every other nation in Teyvat. And Natlan was the worst affected of all. It took the combined efforts of the then Pyro Archon and heroes from every tribe to finally repel the Abyss. Even so, the effects of the invasion lingered for hundreds of years, only able to be reversed little by... Our tribe's waters were contaminated. The Children of Echo's territory was overrun by dangerous sludge surging from underground. Unrelenting black winds tore across the lands of the Flower Feather clan. It was like each disaster was designed for a specific tribe. Exactly. We now believe the Abyss has invaded the Night Kingdom, and has the capacity to read the memories of this land at any given moment.
And that's how it became so dangerous and
Yes. And luckily, the problems left behind by the Abyss have been successfully addressed by the various Pyro Archons we've had. Now every tribe is...
You must have had to sacrifice a lot to get...
Every battle, responsibility. But I believe to think that my name could survive in ballads passed down to future generations, it's kind of romantic. Everyone has something that drives them forward, you know? We have to.
For the live stream,
not only for ourselves, but for our future. Anyway, let's head to the stadium. Our fishing trip can wait until Kachina's back with us. The sea's not going anywhere.
They just magically got spike. It just magically disappears. Hey guys, I think the natlan quest will end in 5.1 because we're meant to get like the first part of the quest, then the harbinger, then the last part. Since we got the harbinger here now I think we should get it continues right here. I mean, like
Whoa, this place is packed already!
Of course. No, Kachina's gonna be so flustered. She's never had this many eyes on her before.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like the kind of person who
Looks like I'm just in time.
can eat you.
Yeah, a commission.
Yeah, it's all taken care of.
Hey, look! Is it about to start?
That's right. Come on, let's go somewhere higher up.
Warriors of Natlan, heed the call of life. We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
I could not find Kachina within the Night Kingdom, or locate her ancient name.
What?
What does that even mean?
Usually once the ode is complete, the Pyro Archon and resurrected person will emerge from the flames.
What's going on?
This has never happened.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. Clearly, the team sent to fight the Abyss didn't win after all. Think about it. The Ode rekindles all victors. We've witnessed it countless times. Since the Archon couldn't find Kachina in the Night Kingdom, that must mean there's more to this victory than...
Hey! You just haven't gotten over the fact that Kachina beat you in the pilgrimage!
Pathetic. The both of you.
Your wild guesses are misplaced. We completed our mission.
Maybe you did, But who's to say whether that little girl even contributed at all? Maybe she got scared and ran off. Why would the YUB recognize someone like her, even if she was on the winning team?
How dare you insult a hero of Natlan? Kachina sacrificed herself to repel the Abyss. She doesn't deserve to be subject—
Calm down, Mualani. There's no point arguing.
I can't just sit here and let them slander her like—
To insult a hero of Natlan, the person actually has to be a hero.
You...
Think about it, everyone. Who do you think is really at fault here? A girl or the great Pyro Archon? Why would the rules of our nation
That's true. If she wasn't revived, it must mean...
Maybe the YUB interpret victory in different...
I mean, that girl didn't look all that strong to me.
Kachina wouldn't have run! That's not what—
No! She's been waiting for this no matter how daunting this— We don't even know what happened. So don't you dare try to use this as a—
Fine. We'll find out what happens soon enough.
That's enough. There is no doubt about today's victory, or Kachina's part in it. However, the failure of today's ceremony is undeniable. Kachina has not been rekindled, and I offer you all my deepest apology to prevent further casualties. I have decided to suspend the pilgrimage until this matter is
What?
No one is— but doubt is a means by— If there are things you wish to clarify—
No,
even though I have said nothing to change your mind—
That guy doesn't even have the courage to answer the Pyro Archon's question. So—
I have a question, Archon. My friend Kachina. Do you have any idea where she is? I know you said you were investigating the situation, but I'm sorry, that's not enough.
I've already shared everything I know. If you want to learn the truth and rescue your friend sooner, you should join the investigation. So, what do you say?
Of course I'll join.
In that case, come see me in the speaker's chamber.
We should join them.
Oh, and if it's not too much trouble, could you drop by as well, Traveler? Rest assured, everyone, I'll keep— Once again, I apologize.
Did she—
I believe she did.
The situation is urgent, so I'll get straight to the point. There's been unrest in the Night Kingdom, but until we find and address the cause of the unrest—
And that means Kachina won't be able to come back?
That's correct. Not until the problem with the Night Kingdom is resolved.
How long will that take?
It's hard to say.
Kachina always dreamed of fighting the Abyss. She wasn't afraid of death because she knew, if it came down to it, whenever we sat down together, exhausted from training, she would always hum the Ode of Resurrection. She was supposed to come back to us. We were supposed to hug her and celebrate with her and share her joy. We supported her every step of— Sit peacefully—
That's not fair, Mualani.
It's all right. Believe me, I won't— But please, hear what I have to say, Considering the recent attack on your tribe, I believe the Abyss has found a new means of undermining the rules of our nation.
You mean—
The Sacred Flame. The foundation of our resistance. If we continue to hold the pilgrimage and send teams to fight the Abyss, there will likely be more casualties. But if we stop altogether, the Sacred Flame will only grow weaker. The Abyss will scale up their attack.
If we compare the two choices, the former seems to be the lesser of two evils. Sorry, I know that may sound harsh, but I bear the name Malipo. Weighing the costs is my duty. The raw truth can be cruel. But we need—
But what would you say, Mualani?
No. I can't choose between them, and I don't want to. Saying that one is preferable over the other is disrespectful to the people who suffered.
You're saying it doesn't matter whether I suspend the pilgrimage.
Yes. What happened to Kachina?
And that is the crux of the problem. It's not simply a matter of choosing the lesser of two evils. Either way, there will be people who suffer. And the end result will be the same. belief, and once doubt has crept in, the people will no longer unite in battle against the Abyss. And that is exactly what the Abyss wants. Their ultimate goal isn't to break the rules that make the Ode of Resurrection work. It's to destroy the people's faith in them. To prevent what happened to Kachina from happening to anyone else, we need to suspend the pilgrimage. Then, we have to find another way of strengthening the sacred flame to keep the Abyss at bay. This won't be easy. I understand your anger, Mualani.
Wow. Hyman thought things were gonna get heated for a second, but
I owe you an apology, Archon. I let myself get carried away earlier, and I'm sorry.
We could always hold the pilgrimage without sending a team to fight in the night war.
I've considered that, but the two events have nearly always been linked. Without the chance to fight the Abyss, pilgrimage rankings lose their prestige, and competitor numbers will drop. With fewer participants, the amount of contending fire produced will decrease.
So, essentially, the Abyss has taken Kachina hostage.
You've learned about the concept of ley lines during your travels, yes? The Night Kingdom is something similar. Staying there for a short period of time shouldn't have an effect on the person. But with the Abyss in the picture, it's a different story. Your sense of self will be developed. Imagine pouring a cup of water into a rushing river. You can try to scoop up another cup, but there's no chance it will be the same water you had before. I won't sugarcoat it. That is the danger Kachina is currently facing.
Just like you said, Archon. Both of these you can focus all your efforts on dealing with the sacred flame.
The Abyss poses the same threat to you as it does to her. It is very possible you will not return.
Kachina's waiting for us to rescue her.
I failed to protect her during our campaign, but I can make it up to her.
Traveler? What do you think?
Understood. Then I'll support you in any way The Masters of the Nightwind have a... If we can find Kachina's ancient name, I can use the link between them to... Then comes the hard part. You need to visit the Night Kingdom in person.
But isn't the Night Kingdom a land of
Under normal circumstances, only the consciousness can enter. But there is a way to go there in person. However, know that the Night Kingdom will attempt to repel you, and the Abyss certainly won't leave you be.
That's fine by me.
Same here. Fighting the Abyss is nothing new for me.
So,
Lali of the Masters of the Nightwind once created an artifact that can be used to communicate with the Wyab. We call it the Spirit Speaker Stone. It was originally used as a ceremonial artifact wielded by the tribal chiefs. But that
That was the artifact I delivered to the Scions of the Canopy a few days ago. Didn't think I'd be hearing about it again so soon.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone.
Your thanks are unnecessary. Besides... Traveler, I certainly didn't expect our first conversation. I've heard all about your accomplishments, ever since you arrived. Why? Is that not what happened in the other nations you visited?
yeah, things were pretty complicated at the start.
That's more like
Fighting
it.
a huge dragon,
Perhaps
fighting
even more than you can imagine. But we can talk
fighting a
about that
deserted
some other
child,
time.
fighting a huge whale.
Ideally, this would be
pressing
the
Cody's
perfect
mom.
night for a drink.
Oh, I almost forgot. Atea was wounded in the fight against the Abyss. It embodies fond memories and...
I didn't think this day would come so soon. The flames... If things were different, the two of us could have enjoyed... But don't worry.
You said you didn't want to jeopardize the production of contending fire.
You're right. Eat the gradual corruption as things stand. The pilgrimage, the Abyss, has brought catastrophe to Natlan.
We can't let the general public know that.
No. If the public learned that Natlan's destruction was close at hand, there would be immense panic. But if I said nothing at all, they would have continued to question the integrity of Natlan's heroes.
Another simple choice. The latter was clearly the better solution.
I have never subscribed to the belief that the right... Let's go. There's still a way for the...
You mean?
Yes.
We're gonna sacrifice someone.
The sacred flame must never go out. Not only does it strike fear in the abyss, but it's also the pillar of Natlan's stability. So until our heroes are ready.
But that can only last so long. I think we should focus on the remaining ancient name-bearers.
Don't let desperation cloud your judgment. Those chosen by the Wyab have already embarked on all we can do.
Even so, for you to make this sacrifice, it's not right.
If not, I possess great strength. But I'm not above my people. This is part of my duty.
Archon, it's the Fatui!
No. He's here. He's here, guys!
The Archon of Natlan. A force to be reckoned with. The secret of the ley lines is no secret to me. Long have they been destined for ruin. And since the oath made 5 centuries ago remains unfulfilled, what use is the Gnosis in your hands?
I don't know what you mean. But it sounds like this is about more than the
And this is happening so early, but...
In times of crisis, someone must pick up the mantle of salvation. Your plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls to me to create new rules for Natlan. But before the dawn of a new age, the old must be destroyed.
I assume that's the end of your speech? Good. People like us? Let our blades do the talking!
What's that?
Masters of the Night Wind. Send word. The captain and his followers must be apprehended.
What would they take? Why is it lagging so much? I'm not sure why.
Are you alright, Archon?
He was a formidable opponent. Exactly what I would expect from the first of the Fatui Harbingers.
I never imagined someone could match you in combat. If the Tsaritsa sent him here, Why would he bring up what happened 5 centuries ago?
Yeah. And how much does...
The Harbingers are all driven by their own personal goals. The only purpose that unites them is collecting the Gnosis. But I'm sure the captain has his own reasons for being...
Whatever his motive, we should shift our focus to the Fatui.
No,
Oh yeah, because they put
we're running out of time. The wound I
it says
inflicted should hold him
scar
back
to
and weaken him for
Inazuma
the time being.
because he wants to notice this for himself.
I'm sure you
And
noticed. The power that came to his rescue just now
I
came
wanted
from the
to-
Masters of the Nightwind.
so Alakino to
In other words, there are
so if I'm
traitors
saying
among
to
us.
hold the prophecy.
Not necessarily. This could prove to be a very valuable turn of events. When we exchanged final blows, I sensed an unusual presence within him. Kanich, go to the Masters of the Nightwind and look into who could have aided the captain. Speak to Lali. She...
Of course, I'll head out right now.
Yes. Natlan's strength has never rested solely in its Archon. Together we foresaw the only path that leads to our nation's future. We must trust in that vision now.
Is everything okay?
Completely fine. Just lamenting the fact that I just hope the others have a safe journey.
What's happening at the stadium? Did something...
It feels like the Archon unleashed her power.
Should we go back and check what's going...
Have faith in the
Once we find Kachina's ancient name.
Okay. Spin to win!
There we go.
What can you tell us about the Scions of the Canopy?
The tribespeople are very adventurous.
Oh, kinda like us then!
I'm not so sure. You don't strike me as the type to enjoy danger. The Scions of the Canopy are a bunch of thrill seekers. They love extreme sports like rock climbing, rappelling, volcano parkour, or even bungee jumping without a rope while a Yunkasaur stands at the edge and uses its tongue to catch them. Sound like something you'd be interested in?
Okay, that does sound different from our usual adventures. Paimon's not doing any of that.
That's Waina, the tribal chief. Let's head over to him.
Chaska.
Nice to see you again. I'm afraid we don't have time for pleasantries.
Whoa, hold on a second. At least tell me why you need it for...
My friend Kachina is trapped within the net.
Rescue her? From the night.
That's right.
I'm sorry, but someone needs to tell you what you don't want to hear. Going there, a mature warrior would never make such a foolish decision. The nature of battle is unpredictable.
I appreciate what you're trying to say, Chief Wyna.
I thought you might say that.
Is something wrong, Wyna? Life isn't complete without taking risks. That's always been your mantra.
If you're that determined.
Thank you.
Huh. Seems like you two go way back. But aren't you from the flower?
Oh, Chaska's a peacekeeper, so she's famous throughout the tribes. Her younger sister Quichi's always hanging around our tribe, too. She's helped us out a lot.
Oh, you have a younger sister.
Yes. I'll introduce you to her sometime. But let's get back to business.
As you probably know, your intended destination is completely different from the real world. The Night Kingdom is like a river flowing with concepts. And the ancient name you seek is like a tiny fish swimming downstream. In that sense, the stone is like a fishing boat drifting down the river. But the boat alone isn't enough. You need a fisherman, experienced enough to steer it in the right direction.
We couldn't do that ourselves.
With a little practice, I'm sure you could. You have the strength and...
Who?
Vichama, a legendary warrior and scout. He's got a keen eye and a well-honed intuition. Even his ancient name means to seek.
Bichama? What?
He's one of Auntie Atea's hot spring buddies. I've heard. Where can we find him?
Ever since Malco passed.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Someone admiring the scenery from the...
Imagine if someone just pushed him
Are
off.
you Vichama?
That's me. Did you need something? What? You're saying you can bring someone... No. If you really think about it, anything's possible.
Are you okay?
Everything's fine. I'll help you. After I help you find Kachina's ancient name, I want to use the stone to look for my friends as well.
Your friend? Oh, why not mention someone named Malco? Is that...
Yes, but I'd rather not get into it if it's all the same to you.
That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Then we're agreed. Huh. I see. From what I can tell, once the connection is established, the
Wow, you got...
I just picked... I'll go find an open area and...
We'll go right away.
First...
Wait, are you saying you're going to use a real net to catch Kachina's ancient name? How does that work when one's tangible and one's not?
By creating something tangible in our world, like a net, we can create a connection to a corresponding concept in the Night Kingdom.
Oh, I see.
Right. I need two chunks of obsidian. Once we bring the ancient names into our world, we'll need a place to Normally, you can only get obsidian from the Children of Echoes. But I heard there's a trap.
Gotcha!
Alright, let's split up. See that clearing? Oh, and you can send someone with me if you want. In case you're worried I might take the stone for myself.
What do you think, Chaska?
There's no need.
Anyway, it'll take some time to set everything.
What an odd guy. He seems so defeated, but also really invested in the stone at the same time.
I don't have any more insight than you, Paimon. Hang on, Kachina.
Wait, the live stream should be happening now.
any hook ropes for sale?
Hook ropes? As in rock climbing
Yes. How much for...
Oh, the whole thing? Let me see. That
Deal.
Wait.
What, you want me to drive down the price? We just need these as fast as...
Oh, no problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. These ropes are usually used by rock climbing enthusiasts. If you want to learn... All right.
Now we need the obsidian. Let's go talk to the traveling...
I'm not gonna run the live stream because of how laggy it is.
Excuse me, do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes. I've got a chunk for...
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Relax. Everything's go...
I know, it's just... Kachina always...
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra. Here you go, young lady.
Perfect! Thank you.
If you hadn't here you go. How's he doing?
Do you know what happened between them?
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one night. But I don't know all the details. Michama and Malko grew up together, and even made a name for themselves together. Malko was an amazing fighter, capable of knocking out multiple opponents in a single hit, while Vichama excelled at scouting and analyzing the battlefield. The two made an excellent team, and managed to beat back the Abyss several times. 5 years ago, they both emerged triumphant, but on the eve of battle, the Abyss launched an attack on their tribe, and Vichama suffered an injury to his leg.
Then what happened?
The team agreed. It's just Vichama went into a deep depression after that. Oh, you're not wrong. I've tried. The Abyss has caused so much suffering. Anyway,
People are talking about Gojo in the live stream comment section. It's brought by the IPC and it's March 7th and I mean, I'll watch it later. They're just talking about Gojo and
Behold! Squall and Fury!
Did you get everything?
Yep, it's all here.
I've made all the necessary adjustments. As agreed, I'll help you. Go ahead. After Malko fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by some impossibly powerful foe. He was dragged to... If I had been there, I would have been able to sense the danger. I could have warned them not to... I've always blamed myself.
But that happened several... The Pyro Archon said all life within the Night Kingdom eventually becomes one with the Sea of Souls.
There might not be much hope, but I still have to try. Malko and I promised each other, even if we never manage to root out the Abyss for good. All right, let's get to it. Make sure you prepare yourselves for battle.
Look at that golden thing. It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned. Let's get closer.
How irritating.
to go.
Whoa, monsters incoming! Watch out, everyone!
One with nature. Unsightly insects. The prize. It's fine.
How much longer, Bichama?
Not long. We're getting close.
Time to go.
Bichama!
Quick, take it! I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malco. Just a little longer.
Something's not right. The power of the...
The Abyss is corroding his body. Vichama, you...
I should have died 5 years ago. I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there. Thank you.
Whoa, watch out! The power of the Abyss is strong.
This power.
Hanging in there?
Malco. No, what?
We can't wait any longer. Pull him
I already tried, but the power of the Abyss has him in a choke.
In that case, we have no choice. I'm sorry, Seat Lolly. Get back!
Chaska, wait!
Ouch! What happened just now? It looked like...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. The only way... You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion.
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky we...
I thought I said to get back.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof. Not
Okay.
At least Kachina's ancient name is still in one piece. Vichama!
Bichama!
I couldn't find Malco's ancient name. Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming back. From the very beginning, I knew, and now... it's too...
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolence.
Huh? What's that in your hands,
Huh? This is...
Hey, Malco. Got any strength left?
Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words.
Too bad. No one will get to hear them. I never thought I'd actually die on this mission.
Guess I have something to be thankful for then. Pisak! Always had to beat me at everything, didn't you? Maybe you're right. Pyjama, don't be sad. Just keep on living. For the ball.
Was that?
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Of course. Seeing him, hearing his voice again, it makes me... But... It also brings with...
A deeper pain?
Malco was always the type to... For all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end. And now I know, at the end of his life, he was thinking the same thing.
Pyjama!
I'm fine. When you asked for my help, I hesitated, but once allowed to fester, if I could do it that way, there are critical junctures in life. That's something...
Thank you, Vich. I promised I would...
That's good to hear.
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body. Thanks to him, though. Just speaking from experience.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's angel...
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like...
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wina. I can...
Honestly, it's just one thing after another. They're back.
Koichi? What are you doing here?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You know exactly why I'm here. My apologies, everyone. I just need to borrow time.
I'll be just a moment.
Who is that?
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's kind of a long story. It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, Chaska was actually raised by cuckoo sores. She was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child, and abandoned in the wild as a result. The Abyss found her out there, all on her own, and tried to devour her. But in the end, all that strength of will pushed her to...
For some reason, Paimon...
Well...
I remember those days. One of those fights was definitely with me. But, you know, kids. You're fighting one minute and your friend's the next. Eventually, she found a way to rein in that desire to fight. And now she's who people call to resolve conflicts. She's known as the Peacemaker. It sounds like she still argues with Koichi, though. Don't siblings usually stop fighting when they get older?
That's partly my fault. Koichi asked me to stop Chaska from doing anything dangerous, but you probably know.
Oh, I get it.
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young, because by the time you're my age, you couldn't attempt something like that even if you wanted to. Better try now than live with regrets later. That's what I say. Still, I can understand where Koichi's coming from. In the end, nobody wants to sit back and let a loved one put their life on the line.
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have 1 minute to explain yourself.
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but you should know I only do what's necessary.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care.
Well...
Again with the We agreed, didn't we? But a trick...
What do you mean, sneak into...
You bought off Uncle Wina, didn't...
You feel like he went back...
Oh...
This is important.
You don't know that?
All right, whatever. Time out.
Chaska does it.
Then...
But the person...
That's a different issue.
I've also...
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a...
Koichi!
So,
Then support me.
Chaska. So, that's it. Why'd you have to turn out to be so darn annoying?
You two are something else.
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood, but you two sure are.
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to. It's not my place to get in.
Thank you.
Anytime. According to
if only Tone Gift.
It might be in a few more pieces than.
Huh? I see. Still, Citlali's going to be a nightmare to deal with now that you've broken her stuff. I'll explain everything. Stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay?
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient name, too!
Well, it's fairly complicated. Let me give you the...
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage?
That's why it has to be our little secret. No one else can know, or we're asking for trouble. Look, I wish I could offer you some... Still, all you need to...
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll...
There's no need to be so modest, Yan-san. Your incredible strength has...
Archon,
You have nothing to be sorry about. Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down.
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Good eye.
Whoa. It looks like there are items from...
I suppose you could think of it as a... And physical items to... Now, if you're curious about an item...
Alright, we'll have... Whoa, that belt is bigger than Paimon's head!
The Collective of Plenty are known for their bodybuilding competitions and contests of... The association was and even if a warrior had the strength to put it on,
Sounds like...
So the owner, he would often wear...
Or he made a lighter version so he could wear it all the time and show it off.
The powder still needs some time to settle. Well, what do you think of my collection? Do you feel like you have a better understanding of Natlan's culture now?
Yeah! If each item represents a different story, seems like... Does every item hold a special memory? Just like a...
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient names past. They demonstrate the true shape.
The shape?
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot... But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Namely, that the past, present, and future all exist.
At once? Paimon's not sure she understands.
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say was the most? Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way don't cease to exist. They become take out a portion. The future is the same way. It exists. Of course, there are those. Humanity excels at living in the present. But too often, while the pilgrimage, only by uniting the people of Natlan across count to come up with such a set of rules. The first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level. That's correct. Namely, a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to Archonhood. By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among. In addition, the sacred flame will grant them significance.
So it all comes down to the power of the divine throne and the rules. Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes. That's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised. I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! Look, Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person, but seeing this, it really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait, is Paimon allowed to—
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry! Paimon's so sorry! Paimon's mouth—
It's all right. No matter what others may say, my past becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of responsibilities, so it impacts how often you get to see them. My father made the most delicious stew, so my sister would often bring me a large pot of his cooking, and we would sit on a blanket and eat it together. One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the saurians we were raising ran into the room and knocked over the entire pot. My sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw my sister's distress, they froze on the spot. I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making—
Wow.
Isn't that what being as the Archon?
Well, what happened after?
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built many houses. Anyway, place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin. Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain. Ancient name, take us.
Am I hallucinating again?
Kachina!
Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I?
It's okay, Kachina.
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyup is being affected by the Abyss. I was waiting for the Wyup to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and the Wyup saved me, even though its power is weakening. So the Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though. I keep hearing these awful sounds.
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying. All you need to do is stay safe and wait.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. I'll find a way back.
You're always like this. I don't know what lies the— You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars. A hero of Natlan. All you need to do is wait for—
I'm still—
All you need to do is— No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind.
Yeah, we're— Be careful.
Looks like we've lost This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind.
I know.
All right, then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. That face you just—
No, I just...
I'll go with them too, Archon.
Thank you so much.
Now that I've lost my Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you—
That won't?
I hope not.
So we're underneath Natlan right now? It looks—
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons. Humans only established their own society after the fall of the dragons.
So these are Saurian ruins? Wait, you mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had their—
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now. These ruins have been abandoned for a long time. But with the recent increase in Abyss activity,
So what you're saying is, we're not in for an easy...
No, it's going to be obstacle...
It's the
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Then let's go.
Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training.
Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Shower me with praise! Ram cutter!
place we need to go seems really high up.
Let me weave you a verse. The brightest flames burn fastest. Go! Yoo-hoo! Shower me with praise! May I present? Win it! Huh? Rain Cutter, know my sword! Rain outlines your fate! Strike a pop! See? Time to go! Ha! Phew! Go! This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it.
Easy for you to say.
This must be the entrance the Pyro Archon told us about.
Yes.
We actually have to go in there? Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Hey! You don't have to drag Paimon! You're pulling too hard!
Looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom.
It looks so different from what I imagined in the stories.
That overflow of energy is probably...
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer applies.
Paimon's more worried about how we're...
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fish...
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there?
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this way, yet came out completely unscathed. If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance.
That's it? Right.
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina.
Exactly. This...
Yeah, these...
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Calm down, I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right? Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malko. I was completely lost to this realm until I sensed a mysterious power calling... It's like it was seeking me out. I'm sorry, I can only appear...
No, we should be the ones apologizing. But we had to just...
Of course. Under the power of... Turns out even our regrets were...
Whether in triumph...
Exactly. That may not be in the... You're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right? I'd like to help her. Be careful. This place has been severely corroded by the Abyss.
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being. We won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route. This way. Quick, get back here! You can't go wandering off. It's too dangerous. Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them. Time to act. Yoo-hoo! Teamwork is trick! Let me weave you a verse.
easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
Did you hear that? What? Never mind. It was probably just my imagination.
Don't scare Paimon like that!
I heard it too. It was a voice from the abyss.
Ah! What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't...
Paimon just heard it too! Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place!
Being frozen.
We're here, Kachina! Oh, honey. Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these. Good idea. Let's.
Let's go, Twirly!
No, my sword!
Weird. I know my game's glitching, bro.
You're here. You're finally here. Thank you so much. That monster can appear from anywhere. It almost caught me a bunch of times. The Wyap's power helped keep me hidden, so...
Had a girl.
Should we start heading back then? Actually, I have a request. I can't...
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well. Everything we've seen here...
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyab of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wyab. Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, serve as proxies to which the Wyab can extend their consciousness. There are countless proxies scattered, but if a proxy...
Judging by the current
Still, we can't...
I agree. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration.
Kachina? What's wrong?
Nothing. Maybe we really should leave. Kachina's already... No, I'm fine. Just up ahead.
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you. But that... You don't have anything to... All right.
We've already come all this way. So we might as well try to get to the...
Let's go. This...
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
All by yourself?
It's all right. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar with the... I don't have much time left. So go. Achieve your goal.
Thank you for You're true. Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk.
I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that. Wyab! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyab!
So we were right. The contamination is already too severe. It's preventing the Wyab from answering. Alright, get ready, everyone! Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place!
Careful. We've got company.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow me down? Courage in the face of futility is pure. He tried to get in my way. He would have dispersed with or without me. Rather than worrying about him, I would have... You may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now, and it will be to your pet. No. The power of the Abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks captivates like a... I thought this naive little girl was an exception, but it turns out humanity... That is the tragedy of your short lives. You understand ancient name, the Pyro... Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina, remain so pathetically weak?
Kachina! Give me your hand. Feel that?
Thanks, Moalani. Because I'm not alone in...
You're right. Maybe comforting ideals don't have any, but you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had to work for...
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back. The power lies not in the ideal itself, but in our commitment to upholding that ideal. And in...
Well said!
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance, but you deserve what's coming to you!
There aren't many in Natlan who can beat us when we're together. It's time he got a taste.
From the ashes, to hear the inferno!
Right here!
Let the flames of...
Clear the area!
won! We actually won!
That's what he gets for underestimating you two.
Fantastic work, Kachina. This makes me so... I'm happy too, Mualani. Together we really are unstoppable. Huh? My ancient name is glowing? But I thought I didn't...
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't explain why it's glowing all of...
Wait, does that mean...
That was a bold move, diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend. Still, seeing you pull it off, everything you said was exact. It took years worth of the Pyro Archon's plan will you only then. Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs.
What?
I fought against the Abyss during
Tupac's
the
here.
invasion 500
Wait,
years
what?
ago.
I've heard that name before. You were the giant who saved all of Natlan.
Why is Tupac
Since
here?
you were able to awaken my words from your
What's
ancient
going on?
name, that means you have fully embodied
There's Biggie Smalls
the
here, there's Ice
aspiration
Cube
under
here.
the name Umoja. You shall unite the tribe as long as its blaze, even amid everlasting darkness. Our bonds remain eternal.
Tupac! Okay.
What's wrong? So that's...
What do you mean?
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now. Efforts to save Natlan.
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't... I know bits and pieces, but...
This sounds like something that's going to need...
Did I change her vision to an emo?
Okay, that should be enough.
I hear your voice.
Great. Well then, I was going... I'll keep searching...
You are...
Huh?
You are all my most beloved children. Your ancient name. Focus on who the story... It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archons go now, my children.
I know we've never met before, Wyub. Thank you for encouraging...
Whoa! What's going on? An earthquake?
We're out of time.
It's the power of the Abyss. Quick, we need...
It's a Sealy! The Sealy opened the way for us! The opening in the sky! It's closing!
We need to hurry, or we'll be stuck here.
Watch out for the falling rocks! Quick, through the middle! Come on, faster!
We'll never make it!
Oh, he switched his weapon to prototype Rancor.
You've done well. Now come home.
So is that hole just gonna stay there or something?
We're back! The Pyro Archon's.
But she's not here. Yeah, didn't she say
She's still in the speaker's chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just her.
So you're saying her consciousness?
Every great display of power. You must feel terrible, Kachina. Let's get back to the stadium.
I recommend getting a full checkup, just to make sure no damage gets left behind.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler? Right. You always seem to do pretty well against the Abyss.
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in.
Right. The Wyatt mentioned something about the
I'll let her explain everything. Every move.
How many trolls gonna appear in that one? I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
There's a lot less stuff here than before.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first. It's best not to let any lingering effects of the Abyss go untreated.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon told me about you. Take a seat, everybody. All right, that should do it for now. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you, Traveler. It's like you're completely immune to its power.
He always has been special like that. He can even purify its power. Wait, now that you mention it, Paimon doesn't think she's affected either.
Given the current situation, that ability will...
Of course.
Thank you, Koichi.
All right. Just give it time. I'm sure we'll figure things.
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has less than a year before total devastation.
Huh? No.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to the handful of people working with me to save this nation. Our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion of the disaster the Abyss initiated 500 years ago.
Mulan told us a little bit about that.
500 years ago, all the nations of Tevat were invaded by the Abyss. Unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines, so we suffered the worst of the invasion. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. In the end, victory came at the cost of our civilization and countless lives. Even then, it took centuries of solving the disasters caused by the Abyss to finally achieve the peace we know today. And still, this is but a superficial victory. The forces of the Abyss have merely been driven back underground. Their threat to Natlan remains as real as ever.
I'd never have guessed.
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as Natlan's ley lines. Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 5, but at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer believed in our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling, and the line of power passed down from the Wayab nearly severed. If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be foolish to even dream of defeating the Abyss in the future. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe, and finally came up with a 500-year-long plan to save Natlan.
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange figure who gave me a series of new memories. Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, I guess, but there's still something I don't understand.
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense! The Pyro Archon is supposed to be human. It's impossible for a human to live—
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been time. A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power, or subjecting them to a curse. But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods like that. We can only rely on our own methods. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished, only by dying before my—
So, in other words, this is your second life?
Yes. If the Natlan of the future— The goal was to, once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wayab would select a hero, indicating the tribe was once again ready for war. The Chosen would then—
So that means—
That's right. After your adventure in the next—
So in other words—
Yes. The 6 heroes successful— Once again, it—
Just like how the—
Exactly. It's just another If we want to unblock that information from being passed on, So, I've tried my— Currently, Shalonen of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names. During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wayab, Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored.
But we have less than a year!
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the heroes have been gathered. That's also why I haven't been able to take action despite the urgency.
But if you knew this whole time—
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too, just like your determination to save Kachina, I hope your commitment to this endeavor comes from your own strength of will.
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final 2 heroes are then?
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only hinder their development. I can only trust in the judgment of the Wayab. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely because I chose to trust and rely on others that we managed to get this far. Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any singular individual, but in us all. You're quite perceptive, aren't you? I thought I might get away with avoiding the topic.
Huh? Oh, right!
Huh?
Oh.
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would make it back from the Night Kingdom. After all, in addition to their sentiment—
Fuel?
Yes. The stories embodied by those— Over time, they became on their own. Each item— By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire. It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was depleted in an instant, as you can—
But weren't they all precious treasures?
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what, I never wanted the Pyro Archon to have to use that. Oh.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You, and then, besides, when if they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan, they would not mourn their loss.
Even when you
The people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. If you still have regret, your deeds will become new.
Well,
Well, if that's the case, just treat me to a drink sometime. Now that Kachina has returned, and we could all use the rest, that's for sure. Plus, you'll be able to silence everyone who doubted you once and for all, Kachina.
Still, now that I know the danger we're facing, having a victory...
Try not to let it get to you. All right.
Did my game crash?
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen to the stories of warriors from all... They attract people from all walks of life. Friends come... The people of the springs have never It's been really nice. I've witnessed their energy. I'm certain one day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children. Just like the... So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet you promise victory in the distant future. The Abyss is my rage. But you came to me because I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the... Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt. For Natlan.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the Pyro Archon again? But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna die?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make, and she deserves our support. We will do everything we can to even across time.
Yeah, Mom's right. Well, no, seriously though, Dad?
I am at... Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone.
The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to.
Who will be the one to bring this to an end?
We are the inherit, those who grew along, those who forged. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
Alright.
Hey, Koichi! You here for the victory feast too?
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came to No, it's not.
Ah, well...
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip, right?
Yeah, she was...
That's good. That's all I needed to know.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty outspoken.
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left, but I did it for a reason. Her impulse to fight is extremely...
So, what you're saying is...
Okay, so maybe it's... Anyway.
What? Do you really...
No way. I appreciate the... Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind their art? In the end, it's all the Abyss's...
Look, it's the weekend, guys. It's the weekend.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Well done.
I always knew you could do it.
You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first.
I had no choice.
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get ahead?
I wasn't. When he insisted on repaying the favor, what was I supposed to do?
But the fact of the matter, I'm really sorry, Kachina.
It's amazing that you still...
So,
Our team captain drank...
Alright. There's, dear friends, firstly, I'm grateful to this traveler and his companion Paimon. They've agreed to, and let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Ayan-san. They all helped the traveler and Paimon figure out a way to bring me back. They too deserve to be called our heroes. So, please give another round of applause for them. Thank you so much.
Well said!
I'll drink to that.
How does... To be honest, it's
Well, you better get used to it. Next step. Hey, please don't make fun of me.
There we go.
Ah, you're here. Have some fruit juice. I got it.
How did you know?
You look like you've still got questions. Because the thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to the... You could just imagine if I said, I couldn't make... Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. The plan could still work without them. Or...
Paimon's suddenly remembering.
Yes, it was. From what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude she played an instrumental role in rebuilding. Still, it was an impressive. You feel this is a war, and there can be no war without loss. The people of Natlan look to me as their.
Yeah, doesn't that?
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, time takes many forms. Even if the future ends in destruction, and it's precisely this is a pivotal moment. We are still 2 heroes. Well, 3 to be precise. There's one further hero, your resistance to the corrupting. If you agree to join us,
Ancient name.
They can. Possessing an ancient name, the Ode of Resurrection may have just like in the Night Kingdom. I will be there.
Yeah, we can't just.
Wonderful. Then we've never forged an ancient.
Alright, that's the end of the quest. I'm gonna check if the live stream's still going on. I'm gonna close Genshin because the game's it's like lagging. Let me turn down my volume.
Site report.
Hey, March 7th!
Don't worry, Albert.
Who's this guy?
I recently
It's our man.
know how.
Time to start the program!
Oh, March 7th. Just.
Forget it! Welcome everyone to the War Dances Knockout Stage brought to you by... Both fighters are ready. The final showdown begins now!
Spicy, stimulating. Something ominous has arrived.
Welcome, Miss Slingshot. I am Preceptor Tauron.
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Looks like the Alchemy Commission is involved once again.
Indeed. I helped plot the prison break in the Shackling prison.
Space Shell, the ports of Starscape Haven are crawling with wolf-like creatures. They're moving fast.
Hold them back! I will be there immediately! I venture forth.
That's the show.
I'll see the General's duty through to my last breath. Are you ready for your death, abomination?
Your water.
Yep, we know these here as well.
Iron's Claw, you have betrayed the Alliance. We both monsters and were born for war and die for war.
Pray that the arrows of the hunt will pierce the heart of every monster.
Awful new characters.
Intelligence. Ooh, I hope Zhao Cho takes care of himself.
I'll find him. I promise.
Frozen green.
March 7th! Now is not the time!
If I may be so bold to ask, there's one thing I don't understand. If
Hule is the Foxian's greatest enemy, why hasn't the Yaoqing charge in battles? I just never thought she'd be so... what's the word again? Careless?
Carefree. I heard the Verdant Knights of the Yaoqing are an elite force for abominations.
Is to be the recently men. They probably do 60 sets of strength exercises and then run 20 miles for cardio.
I think I underestimated the Yaoqing.
The general used to train me this way. It's not bad.
Isn't there a saying like, life lies in movement? Running.
So, Fei Xiao follows the path of the hunt and excels in all kinds of battles. Her basic attack and skill deal wind damage to the enemy using gun blades and a battle axe respectively. The general also works closely with her allies. After her teammates attack the enemy, Fei Xiao will launch a follow-up attack and increase the damage dealt to the enemy.
General Fei Xiao accumulates Flying Aureus after every certain number of attacks.
That's right. After she uses her skill,
This feels like
Fei
Akron.
Xiao will immediately trigger her talent's follow-up attack one time. When she uses her ultimate, Fei Xiao consumes 6 points of Flying Aureus and carries out a series of attacks on the enemy with her gun blades or battle axe. Then she strikes the enemy with a final blow. Flying Aureus can accumulate
Different states. But if
Merlin's Claw Skies.
Flying Aureus is her duty.
The general's technique is also very unique. Using it during exploration increases her movement speed and pulls in multiple enemies within a certain radius. If the general attacks while in her technique state, the enemies pulled in will enter combat and she will deal damage to all of them. The general will air her
Wait.
Care what
General Fei's really looking forward.
Unique scent.
What?
The scent is so
urgently taken up the position. Since I'm already here.
I created from inside the incense burner, and it helps me in battle. But since it's an incense beast, it dissipates like smoke after a few actions. Can we make it stay a little longer? Yes, it's not too difficult. When Fu Yuan is on the field, I only need to use my skill to increase its number of actions. When I use my ultimate, I deal damage to all enemies and heal all allies. At the same time, I inflict the befog state on all enemies. Enemies in this state also take more break damage. When I use my technique before entering battle, I immediately summon Fu Yuan at the start of the next battle and inflict befog on all enemies.
A very reliable.
Help us out in doing a media interview. I apologize for his bluntness.
No worries.
Him changes the from
skilled general his targets. He strikes.
Moza had already.
Are you asking me to?
No.
Alright then. My talent will allow me to enter the departed state while a prey exists on the field.
Fine, I'll continue then. In the departed state, after allies attack the prey, Moza deals additional damage to the prey. Mr. Moza's ultimate deals damage to a single target and launches a follow-up attack.
After I use my technique, I will enter stealth mode. Attacking an enemy in stealth mode increases the damage dealt in combat.
10. The warp.
Hiding. When you're on a mission, you can.
We've introduced our guests. Let's take a quick break for our sponsors. The program will continue. We now have event Trailblazer special news for you. In version 2.5's first half warp event, Trailblazers can acquire the limited 5-star character Fei Xiao. The limited 5-star light cone, I venture forth to hunt, will also have a boosted drop rate. In addition, a special warp event will be launched in the first half of 2.5. The limited 5-star characters, Robin, Black Swan, and Kafka, will return at the same time. The limited 5-star light cones, Flowing Night Glow.
Wait, how are they gonna do that?
Like and Reforged.
I just gonna put 3 banners, or it's gonna be like the Chronicleish.
I need to remind everyone that in this special warp event, the warp count for the guaranteed 5-star will be shared among the rerun banners and current limited banner. Switching banners during the warp will not reset the count for the guarantee. and each limited character can only be acquired from
Albert's
their own
cooking.
respective band. The special warp events will open periodically. Stages. In version 2.5,
Right,
second
Linkshot?
half warp event, trailblazers can acquire the limited 5-star character Linkshot. The limited 5-star light cone, sent alone, stays true, will also have a boosted drop rate. At the same time, the 4-star, not to mention the drop rates for the limited
Topaz,
5-star
okay,
character, Topaz and Numby, and the limited 5-star light
Okay,
cone,
guys, I might be
Wholesome Blissful, will also be boosted. Dear viewer.
There's one code for you guys. Sometimes claim it and.
That the crew of the Astral Express chose not to participate.
Here in the arena.
Opportunity to
City level